Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Today is May 30th. Let's see, a couple things on my brain. I listened to the episode today, May 1st, and I think I said at the end, oh, we're now on our last episode, when I meant to say last word. Yeah, sometimes I mess up my words. I apologize. I was very tempted to fix it, but then I was like, nah, I don't really care. So yeah, if you hear me say things like that, just be like, his brain was working way faster than his mouth would work. So, just don't give him a hard time about that. I'm trying to find this email. This other thing here we go. We're way past Mark Saltveit's episode. We talked about some backward stuff at the end of that episode. If you didn't listen that far, go ahead. It's fun. We talk about backwards talking. Anyway, one of the things was we talked about Missy Elliott's song "Work It," and of course, I had to figure out how to say the phrase. And so she says the line is, "I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it." Of course, she doesn't say it like that. She says, "I put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it." And then the backwards line, and this took me a while to figure out, but it is, oh boy, let's see if I can do it. "It's your fervent tippeth-wad, nya thumpum. It's your fervent tippeth-wad, nya thumpum." And then, of course, backwards, it sounds like, "Mop my thing down, the bit never reverse it. Mop my thing down, the bit never reverse it." So I had a lot of fun with that. I think I need to pick up this backwards talking thing even more. I really love it. I don't know, it just uses your brain in a different way. If you do any backwards talking, if you would like to send me some examples of you saying backwards things, go ahead and record them and email them to me. All that information is in the episode description, dictionarypod@gmail.com, etc. All right, let's talk about the words. Chewing gum is first. You know this word. 2 words. Sorry, I just had some water, so now I'm all burpy. Noun from 1850. A sweetened and flavored insoluble plastic material as a preparation of chicle used for chewing. What is chicle? I guess we'll get to that maybe in tomorrow's episode. Or the one after that. Or the one after that. This sounds like something based on this definition that we really should not be putting up in our faces. A sweetened and flavored insoluble plastic material used for chewing. No, I haven't had chewing gum in a long, long time, but I don't know if I'll ever have it again, because I don't think this stuff is very good for you. Supposedly, when I was a kid, very young kid, I just swallowed the gum, and so my parents had to do a gum check. They would say, "All right, gum check," and make sure I hadn't swallowed it. I don't know. I don't really remember that, but that's what they tell me. Okay, next we have chewink, C-H-E, and then the word wink, one word, noun from 1793. We just have the number 1 definition for the word towie, T-O-W-H-E-E, towie. I have never seen that word before, but it is also a chewink, which is another word I've never seen. Next, we have chew out, 2 words, transitive verb from 1943. Synonyms are reprimand and bawl out. Bawl is like crying, B-A-W-L, bawl out. Next is chew over, 2 words, transitive verb from 1939. To meditate on, or think about reflectively. I am going to chew over that. We also had chew on as a phrase at the end of the last episode. Those are very similar. Next we have Cheyenne, capital C-H-E-Y-E-N-N-E. This is a noun from 1778. 1. A member of an American Indian people of the Western Plains of the U.S. 2. The Algonquin language of the Cheyenne people. This is American French from the Dakota word Sahiena. I don't know how to pronounce that one. I guess it's... So the Dakota word was first Sahiena, but then somehow the French got into this and they made it Cheyenne, and I don't know. It seems weird that they would be called something that the French named. That seems odd to me. Next we have Shay, but it is spelled Chez. It's a preposition from 1740, at or in the home or business place of. Shea, whatever. My last name's Parks, so if you're over at my house, you're at Shea Parks. This is French from Latin casa, which means cottage. Next, we got some abbreviations. First one is all caps CHF, abbreviation for congestive heart failure. Please don't get this. I'm talking to my heart right then. Please don't get this heart failure. Heart, please. Next is CHFC. Other than the H, they're all capitalized. This is an abbreviation for Chartered Financial Consultant. Next is CHG, all lowercase, abbreviation for 1. Change, 2. Charge. Next we have Chi, or key, spelled CHI. This is the first form. I think most people just say Chi, right? Noun from the 15th century. It is the 22nd letter of the Greek alphabet. And then it says to see the alphabet table. Second form of Chi. Oh, so this actually is pronounced Chi. It is spelled CHI or CH''I or QI. Either way, it's pronounced Chi. Noun from 1850. It is a vital energy that is held to animate the body internally and is of central importance in some Eastern systems of medical treatment, as acupuncture, and of exercise or self-defense, as Tai Chi. This is a Chinese word. It specifically says Beijing, which is the QI word, and it literally means air or breath. I feel so hyper when I'm reading these. I don't think I breathe enough. I, for some reason, feel like I need to be getting through it quickly, which I don't really need to do, but I sort of feel like it. I don't know. So I need to focus on my chi better. Also, in college, I took a couple Tai Chi classes. Don't know how much it helped me. But my future wife also was in those classes with me over 20 years ago. So we have this connection of we took these Tai Chi classes together, and I don't know, we never got back into it, but maybe that's something that we should do. The chi. I think there's also chi in in spaces in the Chinese culture. I think a location, a house or whatever can have a chi. There's a flow of a chi. I don't know. That's what they say. You know, I have not personally experienced that, but I think there's some sense. Everything is made up of energy, so it does make some sense. I need to focus on my chi. I do try and meditate at least once a day, personally, so I which is very beneficial. Just sitting and breathing, do that. I've talked about that before. It's no surprise. Let's do more of that. Chi. Okay. Next we have Kiania. Kiania. Capital Chianina. Kianina. Kianina. I think I said Kiania before. Kianina. Noun from 1914. Any of a breed of tall white cattle. Oh, they're tall. What? I don't know. Okay, tall white cattle of Italian origin, noted especially for producing lean meat. This is Italian, from the feminine of Chianino, which is of the Chiani River Valley in Italy. So the cows came from the Chiani River Valley, and maybe they were drinking Chianti, which is our next word, with a capital C. Noun from 1833, a dry, usually red wine from the Tuscany region of Italy. Also, a similar wine made elsewhere. And this is from, this is slightly different. It is Italian, from the Chianti region in Italy. But I would assume that the Chiani River Valley is in or near the Chianti region. I should look at a map. I've never been to Italy. I would so love to go there. Okay, next is... Oh, this is going to be a fun word. How many ways can you pronounce this? Let us count. You can say chiaroscurist. Chiaroscurist. Whatever. I'm not going to count them. Chiaroscurist. Yeah, you get the idea. Chiaroscurist. What? Yeah, it's spelled Chiaroscurist. Chiaroscurist. Noun, from circa 1798. It is an artist who specializes in chiaroscuro. What? That's our next word. So this is a noun from 1686. There's a lot going on here. 1. Pictorial representation in terms of light and shade without regard to color. 2a. The arrangement or treatment of light and dark parts in a pictorial work of art. 2b. The interplay or contrast of dissimilar qualities, as of mood or character. 3. A 16th century woodcut technique involving the use of several blocks to print different tones of the same color. Also, a print made by this technique. 4. The interplay of light and shadow on or as if on a surface. 5. The quality of being veiled or partly in shadow. It seems like it's a lot of just light and dark, with probably some shades in between. But yeah, that's kind of the main thing, is just light and dark. This is from Italian, from chiaro, which means clear or light, plus oscuro, which means obscure or dark. So it's right there in the name. Light and dark, clear and obscure. I like this. This is cool. Okay. Next we have chiasm or chiasm. CHIASM. Noun from 1870. We just have the number 1 definition for the word chiasma or chiasma, which is our next word. Yeah. Chiasma. Noun from 1839. 1. An anatomical intersection or decussation, compared to the word optic chiasma. And the word decussation is DECUSSATION, decussation. Number 2, for chiasma, a cross-shaped configuration of paired chromatids visible in the diplotine stage of meiotic prophase and considered the cytological equivalent of genetic crossing over. That was a fascinating definition. That's definitely one of my favorites in terms of just crazy words that I'm not familiar with. Chiasmatic is an adjective. This is an X-shaped configuration, the word is a new Latin word which means X-shaped configuration, from the Greek word, which I think is the same, which means cross-piece, from chiasin, which is also Greek, which means to mark with a chi. See, that's the Greek word, chi. Mark the chi, which is an X. So the chi letter in Greek is X. So that's how this is all connected. Chiasma, chi marks the spot. Next we have chiasmus. So we added an US. We replaced the A at the end with a US. This is a noun from 1871, an inverted relationship between the syntactic elements of parallel phrases, as in Goldsmith's "to stop too fearful and too faint to go." I don't know what that is. An inverted relationship between the syntactic elements of parallel phrases. Okay, so there's a quote, I guess it's sort of a quote from Goldsmith, which says, "To stop too fearful." I have to spell the two in 4 cases in this phrase because it changes things. So the first one is TO, to stop, and then the next one is TOO, too fearful, like I'm too fearful, to stop, too fearful, comma, and too faint, I'm too faint, TOO, to go, too faint to go. My brain can't understand these words. It's some relationship between the words in the parallel phrases. That is a chiasmus. I don't know. Maybe I'll think about it more later. And then our last word is, how do you say this? Chaus or chaush? It is spelled Chiaus. Chaus. Noun from 1595. A Turkish messenger or sergeant. It's a chaus. It's from the Turkish word, which I would say is pronounced kavas based on how it's spelled, but maybe they pronounce it chaus. That is a new one to me. So we had chewing gum, chewink, chew out, chew over, Cheyenne, Shay, CHF, CHFC, CHG, Kai, Chi, Kayanina, Chianti, Chiascurist, Chiascuro, chiasm, chiasma, chiasmus, and chouse. Of course, I have to pick chi as the word of the episode. I like this one a lot, but there were some other good ones. I really like the whole the chiascuro art and the how chiasma and all that was related to chi or chi, which is an X. I don't know. I thought that was cool. Chi. Chi. Breathe in and out and focus on your chi. This is not a song, but it is a thing that I am doing. Chi. All right, let's say some holidays. This is May 30th. It is World MS Day. It is World Otter Day. It is Trinity Sunday. It is, in the Ukraine, Cultural Workers and Folk Artists Day. Maybe some of those folk artists are chiascurists. Also in the Ukraine, it is Kiev Day. It is Mother's Day in Dominican Republic, France, Poland, and Sweden. In Moldova, it is Dniester Day. In Spain, it is Canary Islands Day. It's also Dniester Day in... Wait, why you put it in there twice? Oh, the programming of this page is not always correct. It is Anguilla Day in Anguilla. It is Indian Arrival Day in Trinidad and Tobago. In Puerto Rico, it is Laud Massacre Remembrance Day. It's also Mother's Day in Nicaragua. I don't think I said that before. In Croatia, it is Statehood Day. It is the fun holidays National Mint Julep Day, and it is the Indianapolis 500. So those are some things. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. It's May 31st, the end of May. I think I might try and get through this one a little bit quickly. The first word is chibcha. Capital Chibcha, noun from 1814. 1. A member of an Indian people of central Colombia. 2. The extinct language of the Chibcha people. I just like saying Chibcha, but that might be a little disrespectful, and I don't want to be that. Indian people all over. They're all over the place. Chibchin is next. Adjective from 1902. Of relating to or constituting a language family of Colombia and Central America. Obviously, that's related to the last one. Next is Chibuk or Shibuk, Chibouk or Bouque. Noun from 1811, a long-stemmed Turkish tobacco pipe with a clay bowl. It's a chabuk. This is from French, though, chibuk, from the Turkish kubuk. So at least Turkish is in there. I was going to say, if it's just a French word, why? It's a Turkish tobacco. It should not be French. It should be Turkish. Okay, next we have chic, CHIC, first form, noun from 1856. 1. Smart elegance and sophistication, especially of dress or manner. Synonym is style, as in wears her clothes with superb chic. 2. A distinctive mode of dress or manner associated with a fashionable lifestyle, ideology, or pursuit, as in wearing the latest in urban chic. 3. A faddishly popular quality or appeal, also something as a practice or interest having such appeal, as in the transient tides of academic chic. That's a quote from Irving Kristol. Kristol with a K. Second form of chic is an adjective from 1865. 1. Cleverly stylish. Synonym is smart, as in the woman who is chic adapts fashion to her own personality. That's a quote from Elizabeth L. Post. 2. Currently fashionable, as in a chic restaurant. Chicly is an adverb, and chicness is a noun. And I don't think there was any etymology. Moving on to Chicana, with a capital C. Noun from 1967, an American woman or girl of Mexican descent. And Chicana is also an adjective. This is Mexican Spanish. It is the feminine of Chicano, which, is that good? Yes, that will be here. We'll get to that shortly. I was going to say, it'd be odd if they had one and not the other. Next we have chicane, or chicane, Chicane, a verb from circa 1672. This is the first form. To use chicanery, as in, this is a quote, a wretch he had taught to lie and chicane. Quote from George Meredith. Oh, by the way, that was the intransitive definition. Now we have the transitive definition, which has the synonyms trick and cheat. So you can get an idea from that. This is a French word from chicaner, from the Middle French, which means to quibble or prevent justice. Second form of chicane is a noun from 1686. 1. The synonym is chicanery. We'll get to that next. But first, 2A, an obstacle on a race course. That's a chicane? Okay. 2B, a series of tight turns in opposite directions in an otherwise straight stretch of a road racing course. And 3, the absence of trumps in a hand of cards. Next is chicanery. Chicanery, yeah. Noun from 1609. 1. Deception by artful subterfuge or sophistry. Sophistry? The synonym is trickery. So yeah, if you're playing tricks on people and doing nasty things, that's chicanery. Number 2, a piece of sharp practice, as at law. As trick is the synonym. That's that. Next we have Chicano. Noun. Yes, noun from 1947. Then why was Chicana 1967 and this one was 1947? All right, an American and especially a man or boy of Mexican descent. Chicano is also an adjective. Next we have shishi or chichi, spelled C-H-I-C-H-I. First form, noun from 1908. 1. Frilly or elaborate ornamentation. 2. Synonyms are affectation or preciosity. And then number 3, the synonym is chic. This is a French word, but it doesn't give any other etymology. Chichi. Okay, second form of chichi, adjective from 1926. 1. Elaborately ornamented. Synonyms are showy and frilly, as in a chichi dress. 2. Synonyms are arty and precious, as in chichi poetry. Chichi poetry, chichi poetry. 3. Synonyms are chic and fashionable, as in a chichi nightclub. So chichi. Next we have chick. It's, the word chick, noun from the 15th century. 1A, a domestic chicken, especially one newly hatched. There are some goose chicks who live around a pond in a park not like a mile away from where I live, and I saw them yesterday. There are like 6 or 7 of them. They're so dang cute. Let's see. 1B, the young of any bird. 2, synonym is child. And 3 is slang, so please don't use this unless you are allowed to. The synonyms are girl and woman. This is from the Middle English chyke, chyke, which is an alternative of chicken. Although this chicken only has one C, or there's no C before the K. Chicken, chiken. That's how they used to spell it in the Middle English days. And our last word is chickadee. 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 Noun from 1838. Was that guy's name? You know, my little chickadee. I'll think of it later. Noun from 1838. Any of several small North American oscine birds that are related to the titmice, usually have the crown of the head distinctively. Oh my brain is not reading the words. They usually have the crown of the head distinctly darker than the body, and have sometimes been placed, especially formerly, in a related genus. So the genus of these guys is Poecile. That is of the family Paridae. But then at the end it says they're formerly in a related genus, and that genus is Parus. 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 Chickadee birds. What is that guy's name? I do not want to look it up. I don't want to figure it out. It's 2 letters and then a name, and I know it, and I'm going to kick myself when I figure it out. Okay, we'll skip it. So today we had Chibcha, Chibchen, Chibuk, Chic, Chicana, Chicane, Chicanery, Chicano, Chichi, Chick, and Chickadee. Well, I guess the ones that I thought were the most interesting and fun were either Chic or Chichi. Which one? I guess Chichi seems like it has, but maybe Chic, I don't know. Chichi is way more fun word to say, so we'll pick Chichi as the word of the episode. Chichi, 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 Chichi. Chichi. Okay, the holidays. May 31st, it's Memorial Day here in the States. It is the CFDA Fashion Awards. It is World No Tobacco Day. It's every day. Come on. The UK has Spring Bank Holiday. It's funny. In Australia, Canada, and India, they are celebrating the USA Memorial Day. Do they get the day off like we do? I doubt it. Let's see. What else? Are we on the right day? Yes, we are. It is in Brunei. It is the anniversary of Royal Brunei Malay Regiment. In the Dayaks in Sarawak, Malaysia, and West Kalimantan, Indonesia, it is the beginning of Gawai Dayak. I do not know how to pronounce those words. I apologize. And then our fun holidays. Memorial Day. We already said that. And World No Tobacco Day. And the last one is National Macaroon Day. All right. I've spoken enough for today. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. What do you know? You know some stuff, but I'm gonna have you know more stuff when we're done. I'm gonna make you know more things by listening to this podcast. Let's see. Today we're in June now. I'm recording this on May 2nd. Today is June 1st. Why you need to know why I'm recording this, I don't know. Hey, let's do it. I'm a little. I'm gonna be honest. I'm a little lazy right now. We went for a long walk and dealt with a toilet problem this morning before we went for the walk, and it's getting almost time to make dinner, so I'm just feeling real lazy and chill. Okay, so what do we got to talk about? The first word is chicory, Chickaree. By the way, we're gonna have a fun word later. This is a noun from 1829. The synonym is red squirrel. Sometimes I just like to enunciate squirrel. I heard somebody emphasize squirrel that way recently, and I don't remember who it was. Red squirrel. Also, a related squirrel of forests from southwestern British Columbia to central California. And the scientific name is Tamiascurus douglasii. Something like that. that is the scientific name of that squirrel, which I'm assuming is also a red squirrel. It's a chicory. That's not at all what I was expecting. Next is Chickasaw with a capital C. Noun from 1674. I want to learn how to play the Chickasaw. 1. A member of an American Indian people of Mississippi and Alabama. 2. The Muskegean language of the Chickasaw. What is Muskegean? What would that be in this context? I'm not sure. Is it the region that they're in? I have no idea. But this is from the Chickasaw word. That is the language, and it's from their own word spelled Cikaassa, or at least that's how it gets spelled in, whatever these letters are called. They have a name. All right, next is chicken. We got into the chicken section. This is the first form noun from the 14th century. 1a, the common domestic fowl, especially when young. Also, its flesh used as food. I want to say, and put some effects on this. Flesh. Why? I don't know. It's flesh. It feels very metal for some reason. Then compared to, I haven't heard this. The synonym is jungle fowl. That seems odd. Because do chickens live in the jungle? Why would you call them jungle fowl? By the way, fowl is Fowl, and the scientific name, I had forgotten this one, but I have heard it. It's Gallus, Gallus, twice. Double your Gallus, double the Gallus. This is from Middle English chicken, with just the K in the middle. From Old English, I guess this is how they spelled it, Cicen. So whenever there was a ci in an Old English word, does that mean that it was pronounced chi, and then they didn't have the k? I don't know. What happened? How did English evolve from this? It's just fascinating to be able to look back and see. Oh, they did this, and then they added a k, or they changed the c to a k, and then they added this h here at the beginning. But then we added the c back in the middle for some reason. Why did these things happen? I don't know, but I find it fascinating. 1b, any of various birds or their young. 2, a young woman is a chicken. I don't usually hear, I've heard like chick, obviously we talked about that before, but I haven't, or bird, I hear young women called birds, I've heard that, but not chicken. 3a, this is the one that I've heard, the synonym is coward. 3b, any of various contests in which the participants risk personal safety. What? In order to see see which one will give up first. There's lots of... the best example, one of the first ones I can think of, is a movie that we just watched, Stand By Me. Such a good movie. Go watch it if you haven't seen it. But Kiefer Sutherland's character plays chicken, some serious chicken in that, and he wins. Yay! I think his name was Ace. Go Ace. And then, let's see. Yeah, don't play that game. Not in any serious way. Number 4. This is slang, and it means petty details. And this, the etymology of this one specifically is short for chicken shit, which is the word that we're going to get to later. And then we have, those are the petty details. It's the chicken shit, I guess. And then number 5 is also slang. It is a young male homosexual. Wow, we just really covered a lot of bases with this one word, didn't we? Yeah, for some reason I started talking about the etymology, and I don't know why. But by the way, the Old English chicken just means young chicken. It is akin to the Old English cock, C-O-C-C, which means cock. And obviously that is related to chickens, the male and the female. Now we have the second form of chicken, adjective from 1941, 1A. The synonym is scared. You can never call Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future chicken, because he does not want to be considered scared or a coward. Or 1B, the synonyms are timid or cowardly. He will mess you up if you call him chicken. Number 2 is slang. So we have 2A, insistent on petty details of duty or discipline. 2B, synonyms are petty and unimportant. unimportant. Now we have the third form of chicken. It is a verb from 1943. It's just intransitive, to lose one's nerve, and that is usually used with the word out, as in, this is a quote, seemed to exhibit courage, manliness, and convictions when others chickened out. It's a quote from J.R. Seeley, Seeley, in case you want to go look that up, wherever that came from. Next is chicken and egg, 3 words with hyphens, adjective from 1959. Why did I get so excited about chicken and egg? This is of, relating to, or being a cause and effect dilemma. The chicken and the egg, but let's just say the etymology. It is from the proverbial question, which came first, the chicken or the egg? But we know the answer, because I think, if I'm remembering correctly, we know that the egg came first because there were reptiles who laid eggs, and then the chickens came from the reptiles. They evolved from them, or at the very least, they were evolved later, similarly, but later. So yeah, the egg was first. Next is chicken kernel. So if I just heard that, I would think it's like a kernel of a chicken, a piece. But that would be spelled Kernel. No, this is Colonel. 2 words, noun from 1918. It is slang, and for the number 1 definition of the word kernel. And so, yeah, this is, the colonel, the dude in the military, dude or chick. Would those be the equivalent gendered male, female, similar style words? Dude and chick? I don't know. Doesn't matter. This is from the eagle serving as insignia of the rank. So the rank is colonel, and it's got an eagle, but I guess eagles look like chickens, so they call them chicken kernels. So where did this? Why? Who said this? Next is chicken feed, 2 words, noun from 1836. It is slang, and it means a paltry sum, as in profits or wages. It's just it's like being paid with peanuts or chicken feed. It's like worth nothing. Next is chicken fried steak. Chicken fried is hyphenated, and then there's the word steak. We had cheese steak recently, right? But this is different. This is a noun from 1952. Steak coated with batter, fried, and served with gravy. I mean, this is like the most American thing out there. Well, one of the most American things out there. Next is chicken hawk, 2 words, noun from 1927. 1, a hawk that preys or is believed to prey on chickens. Number 2 is slang, a man who pursues boys or young men for sexual purposes. Somebody preying on somebody else. That's what a chicken hawk is. Next is chicken-hearted. 1 word, adjective from 1653. Synonyms are timid and cowardly, as in, too chicken-hearted to accompany me in this perilous undertaking. That's a quote from Washington Irving. Next is chicken little, 2 words, capital C, capital L, noun from 1895. 1 who warns of or predicts calamity, especially without justification. This is from... this is the second time we've had etymology that is actually maybe the third time. I don't know. It's etymology that's not from like words. It's from a thing, a phrase, or whatever. This is from the fable in which a chick attempts to warn other barnyard animals that the sky is falling after she is struck on the head by a chance falling object. They thought that it came from the sky, but it was just a coincidence. The sky wasn't literally falling. What an interesting story. Okay, next we have chicken-livered, 2 words with a hyphen, adjective from 1843. Synonyms are faint-hearted and cowardly. You do not want to be associated with a chicken, usually, it seems like. Chicken-hearted, chicken-livered, chicken hawk. Yeah, it seems like it's sort of, depending on the situation, not a nice thing. But, chickens are pretty great, actually. They're smart. And why are we eating them and comparing them to being weak and cowardly? That's not nice. Next is chicken pox, noun from 1619. An acute, contagious disease, especially of children, marked by low-grade fever and formation of vesicles and caused by a herpes virus. And then compare to the synonym shingles. The species name of this herpes virus is human herpes virus 3. And then that is of the genus Varicella-virus. The word cello is in there, but I don't think they pronounce it that way. Varicella-virus? Probably not. Now I want to see a virus of cellos. Something like that. I had the chickenpox when I was a kid, and that happened. I was fine, but I do have a chickenpox scar on my forehead. It's a little dot. Next we have, here's the good one, chicken shit. One word. There's two forms. The first form is an adjective from 1945. Number one, let's see. There's two definitions for this and two definitions for the next one, and they're all usually vulgar. So the synonyms, I sound like a snake. Number one, the synonyms are petty and insignificant. It's chicken shit. Number two, lacking courage, manliness, or effectiveness. Second form of chicken shit is a noun. I just like saying chicken shit on this family-friendly podcast because I don't usually get to say words like that. Noun from 1947, 1, the petty details of a duty or discipline. That's obviously the duty, D-U-T-Y. We're not talking about that other duty, but it is kind of funny that it's in the word. It's in the definition for the word that has the word shit in it. And number two, synonyms are coward and chicken. Next is the last word, chicken snake. 2 words, noun from 1709. And we have the synonym rat snake. So it's a rat. No, that's not a rat. It's a snake that probably eats chickens and rats, depending on where it is. It's the same kind of snake. So when we go to the word rat snake, is it going to send us back to chicken snake, or is it going to send us to a different kind of snake of the actual kind of snake that it is? And these are just nicknames. But it probably eats rats and chickens, depending on where it is. That must be a pretty good-sized snake. Okay, here are the words. Repeat, summary. Chicory, chickasaw, chicken, chicken and egg, chicken kernel, chicken feed, chicken fried steak, chicken hawk, chicken hearted, chicken little, chicken livered, chicken pox, chicken shit, and chicken snake. Well, obviously, I'm just going to pick chicken shit as the word of the episode because it's a funny word. It's just funny, right? You can't deny that it's just funny to say chicken shit. This is a family-friendly podcast. I would really like to be able to swear sometimes, but I also want this to be very easily available to children. But sometimes you just want to swear. So, hey, it's in the book. I'm going to talk about chicken shit, and there's going to be more in the future. Will I start swearing just normally? I don't know. I don't really want this explicit rating, but we'll see what happens. So I have to sing a song about chicken shit. I was inspired to do that. Chicken shit. I don't know. All right. It is the start of a new month. We're going to talk about these holidays. The month holidays first. Black Lives Matter month. That's good. Black Music Month. National Candy Month. National Country Cooking Month. That one I guess I'll mention at the end, but I want to skip it. National Fresh Fruit and Vegetables Month. Come on, every year. All year round. People should just be eating their fruit and vegetables. Just do it already. It's not that hard. National Men's Health Month. National Soul Food Month. I like soul food. National Pride Month. Yeah, at the end of the month, there will be parades all over the place. And man, if everybody's vaccinated, those parades are going to be wilder than they have been. And Turkey Lovers Month. Black Lives Matter Month. I mean, this used to be called Black History Month, so I'm wondering if this is a better phrase for the times that we're living in right now. It probably made more sense. They just changed the name of it, so I am all for that. Come on. I hope to live long enough. I hope it doesn't take that long, actually. I hope to be able to be alive during the time in this country when we don't need months to celebrate a group. Although, at the same time, it is pretty great, It is fun to be celebrating black people in one month and women in another month. We don't need to celebrate white men anymore. but I am all for celebrating them. I just don't want to, I don't want the society to feel like it has to do that so things can get to a place, where they should be. So we should just be there. But yeah, let's still celebrate people. Let's do that. Don't ever stop that. Anyway, the thing that I skipped was National Dairy Month, and I personally just don't feel like that's something that should be celebrated because of my personal beliefs, and so that's whatever. That's all I'm going to say about that. Because I've talked about that before. Okay, the holidays. We need to read the normal holidays. Global Day of Parents. See here, World Milk Day. We don't need to be pushing dairy. Really, let's stop that. It is the beginning of summer in the UK. It is the beginning of winter in South Africa. Obviously, like the whole. It's not just the UK and South Africa that get to celebrate summer and winter. It's Child Protection Day in Estonia. Somebody is pounding downstairs. Please stop. It's Navy Day in Mexico. It's International Children's Day in Russia and other places. It's interesting that it's Children's Day and Global Day of Parents. So I wonder if those are connected. I mean, clearly parents and children are connected. What else? There's an earliest day that lots of holidays can fall on this day. Canadian Forces Day, Father's Day in Lithuania, June holiday in Ireland, Labor Day in the Bahamas, Teacher's Day in Hungary, the Queen's birthday in New Zealand. But the Queen's birthday is just the Queen's birthday. It doesn't change. Seamen's Day, those like the people on the boats. Seamen's Day in Iceland, Western Australia Day in Western Australia, Independence Day in New Zealand, Madaraka Day in Kenya, National Maritime Day in Mexico, National Tree Planting Day in Cambodia. I should say some of these are actually on this day, not the earliest day thing. In Indonesia, it is Pancasila Day. In Palau, it is President's Day. Barbados, it's the beginning of crop over. There are a lot of holidays today. In Tunisia, it is Victory Day. And the fun holidays for today: Global Day of Parents, International Tabletop Day, that's for tabletop games, National Olive Day, National Say Something Nice Day. Also, do it all the time. It's not hard to say something nice. Don't be mean. And Dumb World Milk Day. Yeah, that's it for today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. Let's talk about it. We are at the top of page 214. We got to another page. All right. The first word is chicken wire. 2 words. Noun from circa 1904. A light galvanized wire netting of hexagonal mesh. And this is from its use for making enclosures for chickens. They can't get out of the chicken wire. Next is chick flick. 2 words. Noun from 1988. Sometimes disparaging. So, I guess, think about that. But it's a motion picture intended to appeal especially to women. So, if you're calling a movie a chick flick, it's not necessarily disparaging to the motion picture itself, because those don't have feelings. Some might argue against that. It's more about when you're talking about the people who like chick flicks. That can be disparaging because it can be said in a mean way. But there's nothing wrong with a good chick flick. But, it's not everybody's cup of tea. It's not my first choice, but I do enjoy some of them. Next is chickpea. 1 word, chick and a pea. Was that one of the things from Linda Richmond Coffee Talk? Oh, I'm getting verklempt. You discuss. What did she say? Discuss amongst yourselves. I'll give you a topic. The chick is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss. That might have been. I know she did peanut, but maybe chickpea too. Okay, noun from circa 1722. An Asian herb of the legume family, cultivated for its short pods with 1 or 2 seeds, especially its seed. The scientific name is, I don't know how to say that word, Cycare, or is it Kycare or Cycare? It looks like the word cider with a D, a C instead of the D in the middle. Cycare ariatinum. And moving on to chickweed, one word, noun from the 14th century. Any of various low-growing, small-leaved, weedy plants of the pink family, especially a cosmopolitan weed, naturalized in the U.S. from Eurasia. That weed is so cosmopolitan, I'm jealous of it. Then let's see, especially the genera Cerastium and Stellaria. Those are genera, and then the scientific name of the cosmopolitan weed is Stellaria media. Okay, moving on to chicle or chicle. 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 This is a noun from 1884. A gum from the latex of the sapodilla used as the chief ingredient of chewing gum. It could be sapodilla, but I feel like some people say sapodilla. It's an American Spanish word from the Nahuatl word, how do you say this? Tzictli. 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 I don't know, something like that. It's easier for me to say chickle or chickly. Okay, next we have chicory, Chicory, or you could put a K after the second C. This is a noun from the 15th century. 1. A thick-rooted, usually blue-flowered European perennial composite herb, widely grown for its roots as a salad plant. The scientific name is Cichorium intibis. And then it says compared to Belgian endive or radicchio, however you want to say that word. I saw the word Belgian and I got excited. I thought it was going to say Belgian waffles. But we're not talking about waffles. We're talking about herbs. Number 2, the dried, ground, roasted root of chicory used to flavor or adulterate coffee. Ooh, that coffee got adulterated. I'm aware of this, but I don't know if I could tell you what it tastes like. I think I need to try some. Etymology. Hello, etymology. Nothing for you today. Next is chide, verb from the before the 12th century, starting with intransitive, to sneak out in angry or displeased rebuke. Transitive, to voice disapproval to, reproach in a usually mild and constructive manner. Synonym is scold. And then another synonym is reprove. This is from Old English chidon, something like that, which means to quarrel, or chide, from chide or something, chid, which means strife. I still don't know Old English. Next is the word chief, first form adjective from the 14th century. 1. Accorded highest rank or office, as in chief librarian. Number 2, of greatest importance or influence, as in the chief reasons. My brother-in-law loves libraries. He even got, I think, a master's in library science, maybe? And so I want him to be the chief librarian. Second form of chief, adverb from the 14th century. It is archaic, and the synonym is chiefly. Third form of chief, noun from the 15th century. 1. The upper part of a heraldic field. 2. The head of a body of persons of an organization, not of. And then the synonym is leader, as in chief of police. The head of a body of persons or an organization. Number 3. The principal or most valuable part, as in would never rest till she had read the chief of the letter to him. Quote from Jane Austen. Chiefdom is a noun. Chiefship is a noun. There you've got a chiefdom and a chief. I don't know. In chief is a phrase which means in the chief position or place. That is often used in titles, as in commander-in-chief. It's from Anglo-French, chef, which means head or chief, from the Latin caput, which means head, and there's more at the word head. Next is chief executive, 2 words, noun from 1793. Should I put some music behind this? Would that make it a little bit more interesting? Or should it just be talking? What do you think? Where were we? chief executive, noun from 1793, a principal executive, as A, the president of a republic. And B, there's a C. Why'd you say and? B, the governor of a state. And C, the synonym CEO. Next is chief justice, 2 words, noun from 1534, the presiding or principal judge of a court of justice. Next is chiefly, first form adverb from the 14th century. 1, most importantly. Synonyms are principally, and especially. 2, for the most part. Synonyms are mostly and mainly. Second form of chiefly, adjective from 1870, of or relating to a chief, as in chiefly duties. Next is chief master sergeant, 3 words, noun from 1959, a non-commissioned officer in the Air Force ranking above a senior master sergeant. That's too many to keep track of. Next is chief master sergeant of the Air Force. It's 7 words. Circa 1961, that's when it's from. The ranking non-commissioned officer in the Air Force serving as advisor to the Chief of Staff. And then our last one is Chief of Naval Operations, 4 words, from 1915. Yep, those 4 words all were invented in 1915. The ranking officer of the Navy and a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. So today, I forgot to mention that there's a picture of chickweed. Looks like a plant with leaves and little buds. So we had chicken wire, chick flick, chickpea, chickweed, chickle, chicory, chide, chief executive, chief justice, chiefly, chief master sergeant of the Air Force, chief of naval operations. Well, I don't know why I didn't say this before, but I guess I'll say it now because I think I'm going to pick chickpea as the word of the episode. These are great little buggers. I think they're also called garbanzo beans for some reason. They have both names. I don't know why it wasn't mentioned here, but these are the things that you make hummus out of. Chickpeas give us hummus. Can we just sit for a second and give some respect to our fellow chickpeas? They're not our fellow chickpeas. We're not chickpeas. Chickpeas make hummus and you put it in your face and you eat it. That was not anything close to a song. Today is Global Running Day. In the UK, it is British Soap Awards. In Italy, it is Republic Day. In Moldova, it is Children's Day Extra Holiday. Extra holiday? Also, they spelled children's wrong, which I'm not surprised because this website has given me some weird things, but they spelled it Children's Day. There's an extra R after the ch. Children's Day, extra holiday. Something seems very wrong here. Okay, what else we got? Children's Day in North Korea. That's not an extra day, that's a regular one. Azerbaijan has Civil Aviation Day. Bhutan has Coronation of King Jigme Singhi Wangchuk. It's also Social Forestry Day. In Bulgaria, it is Day of Hristo Botev. In Canada, it is Decoration Day. In Italy, it is Festa della Repubblica. In Telangana, India, it is Telangana Day. And it is International Sex Workers Day. It is a thing. It's a way that people make their living. So if they choose to do that, then they choose to do that. Okay, then our fun holidays are Global Running Day. That doesn't sound terribly fun to me. Maybe I should go for a little jog. Haven't done that in a while. It is Italian Republic Day. It is also National Leave the Office Early Day. What day of the week is this? Better be a Friday. Could be any day, really. That'd be fine. It's a Wednesday, by the way. So middle of the week, leave work early. I think that was everything. We finished for today. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing. I hit the stop button too early. This is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. This is my podcast. I would love a rating and a reviewing. I hate saying things like this. It's just fun to do this, so whatever. I'm just going to keep on doing it. But hey, if you would write a review, you hear people say it all the time. You know that it helps get a little bit of exposure on this fun little thing. And I think Other people might enjoy hearing me yammer yammer, and I have fun doing it, I guess. I think it's probably just very therapeutic for me. I don't know why. Let's just keep on doing that. Okay, so yeah, rate and review. That's great. And share. The first word is Chief of Staff. 3 words from 1862. Let's move the book a little closer. 1. The ranking officer of a staff in the armed forces serving as principal advisor to a commander. 2. The ranking officer of the Army or Air Force and a member of the Joint Chiefs of Staff. Next is Chief of State from 1948. That never happens. Maybe they went on a date. I don't know. The formal head of a national state as distinguished from the head of the government. Next is Chief Petty Officer, noun from 1865. Now, why did that get to say noun, but Chief of State or Chief of Staff don't get a noun? They're nouns, aren't they? I think they're noun. This Chief Petty Officer is an enlisted man in the Navy or Coast Guard ranking above a petty officer first class, petty officer first class, and below a senior chief petty officer. It doesn't sound like a good thing to be a petty officer. First class or senior chief, whatever. It's just a weird name. Next we have chieftain, noun from the 14th century. A chief, especially of a band, tribe, or clan. Chieftainship is a noun. And the tan, T-A-I-N, is like the word captain. It's a chieftain. Chieftain, captain. I'm the captain now. Okay, that was sort of a not really singing thing. Next we have chieftaincy. Noun from 1788. 1. The rank, dignity, office, or rule of a chieftain. Chieftain. 2. A region or a people ruled by a chief. Next is chief warrant officer. It's our last chief word. And then we're going to get to a bunch of words that I am not familiar with and I don't know how to pronounce. Chief warrant officer is a noun from 1917. A warrant officer of senior rank in the armed forces. Also, a commissioned officer in the Navy or Coast Guard ranking below an ensign. E-N-S-I-G-N. Next is cheel. Cheel. C-H-I-E-L. I think it's cheel. You could also put a D at the end and call it chilled, I guess. Noun from 1507. It is chiefly Scottish. I should have known. The synonyms are fellow and lad. Cheel. It sort of sounds like child. Get over here, cheel. But that's not how they say. That's not how they talk. Next we have chiff chaff. It's one word. Chiff chaff. Noun from 1780. A small grayish European warbler. That's the end of the sentence. And the scientific name is Philoscopus colibita. It's a chiff chaff. Next we have chiffon, C-H-I-F-F-O-N, noun from 1765. This is the first form. 1. An ornamental addition to a woman's dress. And the example would be a knot of ribbons. It's an ornamental knot of ribbons to a woman's dress. Chiffon. 2. A sheer fabric, especially of silk. So I guess that knot of ribbons might have been made of silk. It is French, and it literally means rag. Rag. Or also from chiffa, which means old rag, even better. Why? Rag and silk are not the same thing. Maybe back then they were. I don't know. Now we have the second form of chiffon, adjective from 1903. 1. Resembling chiffon in sheerness or softness. 2. Having a light, delicate texture, achieved usually by adding whipped egg whites or whipped gelatin, as in lemon chiffon pie. I mean, it sounds great, tastes great, but I ain't having no egg whites or gelatin. Next is chiffonade or chiffonade. Noun from 1877, shredded or finely cut vegetables or herbs used especially as a garnish. And it's from French chiffonner, which means to crumple. Next we have chiffonier. Chiffonier, noun from 1765, a high, narrow chest of drawers. Chiffonier. These chest of drawers are not very high. By the way, I remember the word. I think we had it was chest of drawers was the thing, and I was like, what's the other word? It's dresser. Dresser. Why couldn't I come up with that? Okay, we did chiffonier. It's a chest of drawers. It's a dresser. Next is chifferobe. Chifferobe, noun from 1908, a combination of wardrobe and chest of drawers. It's from chiffonier and wardrobe. Chifferobe, that's where they get the word from. Who calls things chifferobes? I don't know. Next, it sounds like a weird word, but it's not. It's not. It is chigger. I honestly, is it just me or whenever you see most of those letters together, you cringe a little bit because it's way too close to a word that is very, very bad. So you get a little nervous, right? Maybe it's just me. Yeah, it's spelled Chigger, noun from 1756. Number one is the number one definition for the word chigo, which we are going to get to soon, or chigo. It is also number two, a six-legged, usually red or orange mite larva that feeds on skin cells and causes intensely itchy reddish welts. Also, the adult mite of this larva. It is, so this name, the etymology for this specific one, this larva, it comes from, it's an alternative of the second form of the word jigger, Jigger. Not sure what that is, but I guess it's this larva. By the way, the family name is Trumbiculidae. Next we have chignon, or chignon, Chignon, noun from 1783, a knot of hair that is worn at the back of the head and especially at the nape of the neck. So it's, if it were a man bun, it would not be at the nape of the neck. Although sometimes dudes like to lightly put their hair in a thing, in a knot on the back of the neck. But usually they got it up high. This is, more women do this, I think. I had no idea it was called a chignon. It is from Middle French chignon, which means chain or collar or nape. Chain, collar, nape. It's all about the neck. All right, next, here's this word chigo or chigo, Chigoe, noun from 1691. One, a tropical flea, like the biting flea on the dogs, a tropical flea of which the fertile female causes great discomfort by burrowing under the skin. That fertile female is causing such discomfort on my skin because it has burrowed underneath. That sounds terrible. And then number two, we have the number two definition for the word chigger, which took us back to the larva, the mite larva. Next we have chihuahua, capital CHIHW. Too many letters. Capital CHIHUAHUA. Did I really need to spell chihuahua? Probably not. But I did. Noun from 1858. Any of a breed of very small round-headed dogs that occur in short-coated and long-coated varieties. This is Mexican Spanish from their word Chihuahua. It's from Chihuahua, Mexico. So I guess they bred these dogs to look like this in Chihuahua, Mexico. I mean, who doesn't love a Chihuahua? Except the yippy ones. They gotta go. Next, we have our last word. It is chilblain. 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 Noun from 1547. An inflammatory swelling or sore caused by exposure to cold. And then the thing that is exposed by exposure would be feet or hands. Chilblain. An inflammatory... It seems like the word chill is a little too on the nose in this case, although it's missing an L. But it is from the word chill. Chilblain. So weird. Okay, so we had chief of staff, chief of state, chief petty officer, chieftain, chieftaincy, chief warrant officer, chief chaff, chiffon, chiffonade or chiffonade. That is the garnish. Chiffonier, that's the chest of drawers. Chiffarobe, chigger, chignon, chigo, chihuahua, and chilblain. Was there one that really jumped out at me? I mean, I'm not into larvae and things that are digging under my skin. Well, I think maybe just because it's a fun word, we'll pick chiff chaff as the word of the episode. Chiff chaff. And then backwards we can say fitch fatch. Chiff chaff, fitch fatch. Close enough. There's going to be some extra stuff in there. Chiff chaff, chiff chaff, chiff chaff, chiff chaff. The holidays for June 3rd. It's World Bicycle Day. It is Corpus Christi. I know that's a location, but I didn't know it was a day. National Egg Day. Oh, great. We had National Milk Day 2 days ago. Two things that I am not a fan of. I mean, eggs are way better than dairy. Did you ask for my opinion? No, you did not. Are you listening to this where you probably know that I give my opinion on things? Yes, you are. That's what you're going to get. In Australia, it is Mabo Day or Mabo Day. What other holidays? It's my 3/4 birthday. Why isn't that in here? In Taiwan, it is Opium Suppression Movement Day. In Buenos Aires, it is Economist Day. I don't like that one. I'm not going to read it. I can do that. It is fun holiday time. National Egg Day. National Moonshine Day. Repeat Day. Don't tell that to a kid because then they're just going to repeat what you say. It is World Bicycle Day, as I said, and also, I'm going to have to celebrate this one, World Cider Day. I love me some ciders. I just got a new one. I only had one of them so far. I don't even remember all the things, but it was like, it's got lemongrass and blueberries and turmeric and something else. And I was like, well, that sounds interesting. Let's try it. It's good. It's not as sweet as I would like, but it's good. I probably should have the ones that are less sweet anyway. So that is the end of this episode. We made it. Thank you very much for listening to this stuff. Until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to this podcast called The Dictionary. The first word, so this episode is, we got childs and we got chilies. We got chili-covered childs. No, don't do that. The first word is child. C-H-I-L-D. What are childs? Are they adjectives? Are they verbs? No, they're nouns. From before the 12th century, 1a, an unborn or recently born person. Yeah, they're just people. They're just small people who don't know stuff yet. 1b is a dialect somewhere. A female infant. They just call female infants childs. Interesting. That's odd. 2a, a young person, especially between infancy and youth. They are in youth. They are a youth. 2b, a childlike or childish person. That is yours truly. 2c, a person not yet of age. Number 3 is usually, they got a new pronunciation and a new spelling for this one. Number 3, it's just child. Well, no, it's the same pronunciation, child, but they added an E at the end. This is archaic. It is a youth of noble birth. Oh, yeah, you put the E at the end, it becomes fancier. 4a, a son or daughter of human parents. Of human parents. Obviously. I mean, you call the son or daughter of some non-human animal, or, other animals' children as well, but it's just so funny that they have to specify human parents. Opposed to alien parents? I don't know. 4b, synonym is descendant. 5, one strongly influenced by another or by a place or state of affairs. That's a child. Number 6, synonyms are product and result. As in the quote, barbed wire is truly a child of the plains. Is it? Barbed wire is truly a child of the plains? That's from W.P. Webb. Childless is an adjective, is what I am. It's what I am, is what I am. Childless is what I am. Childlessness is a noun. And then the phrase with child, the synonym is pregnant. Pregnante. Okay. What's the etymology say? It's from Old English child, akin to the Gothic. Gothic? Kilthe, which means womb, and perhaps the Sanskrit Jathara, which means belly. They come from the belly. Okay, next we have childbearing. One word, adjective from the 14th century, of or relating to the process of conceiving, being pregnant with, and giving birth to children, as in women of childbearing age. Childbearing is also a noun. Next is childbed. One word. Okay. This is interesting. Noun from the 13th century. The condition of a woman in childbirth. She is in the childbed, I guess. Next is childbed fever. We can probably guess what this is. Noun from 1823. And the synonym is, well, this is not technically helping, but it is accurate. Puerperal fever. Puerperal. There are still words that I have never seen before. Puerperal fever. I don't know how to say it, but I assume that's when a woman would get sick giving birth and possibly die, and that's bad. Could be a whole lot of things, probably. Next is childbirth. Noun from the 15th century, and the synonym is parturition. Parturition. It's just childbirth. So I guess there's just a way more scientific name, which makes sense. I'm not surprised, actually. Parturition. So that'll be interesting to read that when we get to the P's. Next is childhood. One word, noun from before the 12th century. 1. The state or period of being a child. I think I am still in my childhood. 2. The early period in the development of something. Everything that happens in your childhood affects you for the rest of your life. I mean, that's just that. And then we spend the rest of our lives looking back and trying to figure out why those things happened or dealing with them in some way. Next is childish. Adjective from before the 12th century. 1. Of relating to or befitting a child or childhood. 2a. Marked by or suggestive of immaturity and lack of poise, as in a childish, spiteful remark. You don't even need the word spiteful. You can just say a childish remark. 2b. Lacking complexity. Synonym is simple, as in it's a childish device, but it works. That could be so many things. 2c. Deteriorated with age, especially in mind. Synonym is senile, as in childish. Not as in. Childishly is an adverb, and childishness is a noun. So a surprisingly hard word to say. Next is childlike. It's probably similar in some ways. Adjective from 1586. Resembling, suggesting, or appropriate to a child or childhood, especially marked by innocence, trust, and ingenuousness. What is this word? ingenouousness. Ingenuousness. I don't know. As in childlike delight. Childlikeness is a noun. Next is childly. Childly. Adjective from before the 12th century. The synonym is childlike. Next is childproof. One word, first form. Adjective from 1956. 1. Designed to prevent tampering or opening by children, as in childproof pill bottles. Childproof pill bottles. 2. Made safe for children, as by safe storage or dangerous materials, as in a childproof home. Thank God I didn't have to childproof anything, although there probably should be things childproof for me. Second form of childproof is a transitive verb from 1971, to make childproof, as in childproof a house. Next is child's play. 2 words. A fun movie. It's a noun from the 14th century. I think my 9-year-old or 10-year-old self would be like, "Whoa, you've actually seen that movie? I thought you would be too scared, because I was, but now I like those movies." Okay, number 1, an extremely simple task or act. 2, something that is insignificant, as in figuring out the password, was child's play. It was so easy to figure out their password. And I actually did like the remake of Child's Play. I thought it was clever and fun. Okay, next is child support, noun from 1901. Payment for the support of the children of divorced or separated parents while the children are minors or as otherwise legally required. And then compared to alimony. Next is chile. We're done with childs. This is chile relleno. You could say it a couple ways. Relleno. I think those are all fine. Chile relleno. Noun from 1929. A stuffed chili pepper that usually contains cheese or meat and is fried or grilled. This is good stuff. It is Spanish and it means stuffed chili pepper. Next is chili. Let's see. You could say Chile saltpeter or Chile saltpeter, I guess. 2 words. Chile is with a capital C. Noun from 1869. Sodium nitrate, especially occurring naturally, as in caliche, and naturally in Chile, South America. That's where this saltpeter comes from. What is a saltpeter, though? Is it a kind of salt? I don't even know. Next is chili. You can spell it with 1 L and 2 I's. You can spell it with 1 L, 1 I, and 1 E, or you can spell it with 2 L's and 2 I's. Noun, you can figure out where they go. Noun from 1604. 1A is usually chile. It is a hot pepper of any of a group of cultivates, noted for their pungency, also called also chili pepper. The scientific name is Capsicum annuum. Annuum is twice. And then it's in the group longum. I would really like to be on that show Hot Ones someday. I think that would be a whole lot of fun. But I gotta have me some vegan chicken wings. 1B is usually spelled Chilli. It is chiefly British. It is a pepper, whether hot or sweet. We've been getting sweet peppers recently. I don't know why. Because they're there. We used to be getting bell peppers. Now we get sweet peppers. They're good. 2A, a thick sauce of meat and chilies. 2B, synonym is chili con carne, and then also a similar dish made without meat, as in vegetarian chili con carne. But then it would be chili. See, the con is with, so it's chili with meat. That's what the carne is. It's meat. But if it's not with meat, then what is the word for that? I don't remember. There is another word that would be the opposite, but somebody knows it. Chili something carne. Chili without carne. This is from the Spanish word chili, from Nahuatl, chili, that's that. Next is Chiliad, or Chiliad, Chiliad, Chiliad. Noun from 1598. 1. A group of 1,000 is a chiliad. Number 2, we have the 2A definition for the word millennium. A group of 1,000 years is a millennium or a chiliad. Why? Why is this called this? It is from the Greek chilioi, which means 1,000. Next, we have chiliasm. Is this related? Probably is. Noun from 1610. We have the synonym, I've never seen this, millenarianism. Millenarianism. Chiliest is a noun. Chiliastic is an adjective. So what even is a millenarianism? There's the etymology help from the Latin chiliastes, which is one that believes in chiliasm. One believes in chiliasm, but this is chiliasm? I don't know what it is. Oh, probably something about something happens every 1,000 years. Maybe they believe in something. I don't know. I ain't going to go look at the millen word. Okay, here we go with the last word. It is chili con carne. 3 words, noun from 1857. A spiced stew of ground beef and minced chilies or chili powder, usually with beans. Please give me some of this without the meat. This is from American Spanish, chili con carne, which is chili with meat. So, in this episode, we had child, childbearing, childbed fever, childbirth, childhood, childish, childlike, childly, childproof, child's play, child support, chili relleno, chili, salt pepper, chili, chiliad, chiliasm, and chili con carne. I'm very curious about this chiliasm thing, but I think I shall pick childish as the word of the episode because I am childish. Wow, this was a pretty long episode because we had a little extra on the heads and the tails, but it just worked out that way. Childish. Okay, holidays. Birthday of C.G.E. Mannerheim. That is in Finland. It is Emancipation Day or Independence Day in Tonga. Internationally, it's the International Day of Innocent Children Victims of Aggression. In Hungary, it is National Unity Day. In Romania, it is Trianon Treaty Day. And internationally, it is Tiananmen Square protests of 1989 Memorial Day. So I guess they happened today. Let's see. It is, what other things? Estonian Flag Day in Estonia. Where else? It is, okay, I think we're already getting into our fun holidays. Let's go to this official page. It's National Hug Your Cat Day. Some cats might not be into that, but actually, I think at least one of my cats would be. It is also National Donut Day, so I definitely need to get a donut today. And it is National Cheese Day, which is funny because wasn't it literally just a couple of episodes ago? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, more than that. It was not that long ago that we read the word cheese, and I was like, wouldn't it be funny if today was National Cheese Day? It was like a week ago, but now it is. So, we're shockingly close to that. Yeah. Maybe you can make some cheese donuts. That's all I got for you today. I should do one more to finish this page, but I don't know if I feel like it. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye to you. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. It's early. I'm tired. Let's talk about the words. Let's see. We are at the end of page 214. It is June 5th. Happy June 5th. We'll talk about what's happening today later in this episode. Okay, the first word is chili dog. Chili dog. Chili is just still with one L. We talked about the other ones before. This one is 2 words, noun from 1956. It is a hot dog topped with chili. Is chili fries in here? No, there's no chili fries, but those are the same thing. They're fries topped with chili. Why are they not in this book? Next is chili powder, 2 words, noun from 1908. A spice mixture made with ground chilies. Next is chili sauce, 2 words, noun from 1880. A spiced tomato sauced tomato. It's not sauced, it's just a sauce. A spiced tomato sauce usually made with red and green peppers. I like this stuff. It makes stuff tasty. Next we have chill. First form, noun from before the 12th century. Can you imagine people before the 12th century chillin'? They're just Netflix and chillin'. It's just a funny thought. In the 1100s, the 1200s, they didn't know how to chill. They had to work on the farm and do things. 1A, a sensation of cold accompanied by shivering. 1B, a disagreeable sensation of coldness. 2, a moderate but disagreeable degree of cold. That degree of cold is so disagreeable to me and my body. Number 3, a check to enthusiasm or warmth of feeling. A check to enthusiasm or warmth to feeling. This is from Middle English, chile, which means chill or frost. From Old English, chield, C-I-E-L-E. It is akin to the Old English child, which means cold. Man, I've said this before. Old English is weird. I should learn more about that. Shouldn't I? Second form of chill is an adjective from the 14th century. 1A, moderately cold. I've got a bit of a chill. 1B, synonyms are cold and raw. 2, affected by cold, as in chill travelers. Chill travelers. 3, synonyms are distant and formal, as in a chill reception. You don't want a chill reception. 4, synonyms are depressing and dispiriting, as in chill penury. What is this word? Penury? 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 I don't know how to say that word. It's a quote from Thomas Gray. Chill penury. Penury. Penury? I don't know. Chillness is a noun. Third form of chill is a verb from the 14th century, starting with intransitive. 1A, to become cold. 1B, to shiver or quake with or as if with cold. 2, to become taken with a chill. Oh, I have been taken with a chill. 3A, synonyms are chill and out. No, wait, is that one synonym? Yes, I thought there was a comma, but there's not. It's just the synonym chill out. We are going to see that. Are we going to see that? No, we're not going to see that. Oh, yes, we are. I found it. 3B, the synonym is the number 12 definition for the word hang. Hey, let's hang, let's chill. Moving on to transitive. 1A, to make cold or chilly, as in chilled by a cold wind. 1B, to make cool, especially without freezing, as in chill the wine. If you go to a liquor store and you want some wine, but you want it chilled, and it's not chilled, but you want it chilled because you want to drink it right away, they have these very fancy super cold chillers. You put them in there for like a minute, 5 minutes, and it becomes cold. But you gotta put your hand in there to get them out usually, and it's very cold. So you make sure that there's paper towels handy. Paper towels handy? Paper towels nearby to dry your hands and to dry the thing that you have chilled. Number 2, to affect as if with cold. Synonym is dispirit. Chillingly is an adverb. Ooh, chillingly. All right, here is next a word. I did not expect it to be in this book, but it is. It's older than I thought it was. It's the word chillax. It is an intransitive verb from 1999. Of course, it is slang. 1999. I didn't know they were using it in 1999. And it means to calm down. And the synonym is relax. This is a blend of chill and relax. Chillax, man. Does it mean to calm down? It probably means a lot of things now. You know, we're more than 20 years past the original usage. Anyway, chillax is in the dictionary. Also, this book is old. There's a lot of new words that are not in this book, but they're on the online version. So if you want to find out what fun words are there are some fun words. I just might not get to them. Okay, the next word is chiller, noun from 1798. One that chills. The one that chills is the chiller. 2, an eerie or frightening story of murder, violence, or the supernatural. It's a chiller. Those are fun stories. Maybe not the murder, but sometimes. Next is chill factor. 2 words, noun from 1965. The synonym is wind chill. I guess some people also call that the chill factor. The wind chill factor. Next is chilling. Adjective from 1814, gravely disturbing or frightening, as in a chilling case of abuse. Chillingly is an adverb. Next is chill out. Here we found it. Chill out. It is an intransitive verb from 1980. It is slang. So, this is the equivalent of the people who were around in 1980. It's the same as the people who were, younger kids in 1999 as for chillax. They came up with chillax, and then the people about 20 years older than them came out with chill out. It's slang. It means to calm down. It's the same definition, but it also means go easy. And then the synonym also is relax. And this is often used in the imperative. So I don't know. I think it's just funny that these are very similar situations about 20 years apart from each other. What would have been in like around 1960? Did they have another version of this? Was it just chill? Was there something else that the kids in the 60s were saying that was similar to chill out that meant calm down? I don't know. Probably. But they weren't saying chill out, or they definitely weren't saying chillax. All right, we don't need to talk about this anymore. Next word is chillum. It's chill with a U-M at the end. It is a noun from 1781. 1. The part of a water pipe that contains the substance, as tobacco or hashish, which is smoked. Also, a quantity of a substance thus smoked. Wow, they put the word thus in here. I don't think I've seen that before. Number 2, a funnel-shaped clay pipe for smoking. This is from Hindi and Urdu. It's a similar word, spelled differently. From Persian, also similar but spelled differently. This one is chilam, Chilam. That is the same as the Urdu word. And then the Hindi word doesn't have the H. I suspect that they hookahs, I think, probably have a chillum or something similar. Obviously, it says a water pipe, so I guess that might be different. But yeah, it's been around for a while. Next is chilly, adjective from 1570. 1, noticeably cold. Synonym is chilling, as in a chilly day. Oh, there was that old cartoon, Chilly Willy. Did it go, well, my name is Chilly Willy? See, whenever I sing that, I always want to go onto the Simon song from Saturday Night Live. And I love to do my drawings. That's not Chilly Willy, that's Simon. Let's see, where were we? Number 2, unpleasantly affected by cold, as in chilly spectators. It's very unpleasant. 3, lacking warmth or feeling. Synonym is unfriendly, as in a chilly reception. That was similar to the one that we had before. Number 4, tending to arouse fear or apprehension, as in chilly suspicions. Chillily is an adverb, and chilliness is a noun. Chillily, that is done in a chill fashion. Chillily. All right, next we have chiltepine. Chiltepine, I think that's, yes, Chiltepin, or you could put an E at the very end. Chiltepine, noun from 1985. A small, red, oblong, wild chili pepper of marked pungency that is produced by a capsicum occurring from northern South America to northern Mexico and the southwestern U.S. Also, just this plant. Chiltepine. Let's see. The scientific name is Capsicum annuum glabriosculum. Gabriosculum, something like that. And then also Capsicum annuum aviculare. And where does this come from? It is Mexican Spanish. Chiltepine, from Nahuatl. Chiltepine, similar. From Chile, which means chili pepper, plus tepine or tekpine or tekpintli, which means flea. Why fleas? Why are there fleas with the chili pepper? That's interesting. I might have to look into that. But yeah, small red maybe they said it looked like a flea when it had the blood in it. I'm just guessing. A small red oblong. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? But it's the flea chili. Chili. Oh, funny. Flea is in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I don't know. I'll go tell him about that. Next is chimera, or just chimera. Chimaera. This is the first form with this spelling. It is chiefly British variation of chimera without that weird AE thing going on. But we have another form of that spelling, chimera, noun from 1804, any of a family, cameradae of marine cartilaginous fishes with a tapering or thread-like tail and usually no anal fin. Interesting fish. And then let's see. Oh, that's that. We have then chimeric and chimerism. Again, with the AE in the middle, those are the chiefly British variations of chimeric and chimerism with no A. I thought we were going to see those words today, but we are not. We're going to see them in tomorrow's episode. But here we go with the last word. We've got two forms. It is the word chime, Chime. First form, noun from the 14th century, the edge or rim of a cask or drum. It's the chime. This is from Middle English, chime, from Old English, chime, akin to the Middle Dutch, kim, Kime, which is the edge of a cask. And then we've got the second form of chime, verb from the 14th century, starting with intransitive. 1a, to make a musical and especially a harmonious sound. Chime. 1b, to make the sounds of a chime. 2, to be or act in accord, as in the music and the mood chimed well together. And now we have transitive. 1, to cause to sound musically by striking. 2, to produce by chiming. 3, to call or indicate by chiming, as in the clock chimed midnight. 4, to utter repetitively, and the synonym is the number 2 definition for the word din, D-I-N. And then chimer is a noun. Chimer could be a person making things chime. It could be a mallet making things chime. It could be the thing in the middle of a wind chime that hits the chime things, and that's the chimer. All right, so today we had chili dog, chili powder, chili sauce, chill, chillax, chiller, chill factor, chilling, chill out, chillum, chili, chiltepine, chimera, chimeric, chimerism, and chime. This is a difficult one. How do I pick which one I liked? I like the chili powder and the chili sauce, but of course chillax is a fun word. Chill out. You gotta chill out. Well, I think because I like to have it in my food, I shall pick chili powder as the word of the episode. Chili powder goes on the food, and it makes it spicy and super tasty. We were just talking last night about how we like flavor in our foods, and sometimes you get food at a restaurant and they don't put enough flavor in it, so we gotta flavor it up. You know, they gotta cater to everybody. I get that, but I want to start a restaurant that everything is just already super flavorful. Okay, what is today? June 5th. It is the Country Music Television Awards in America, the CMTs. It is World Environment Day. Maybe I should have saved that for last, but it's all over the world. It's Environment Day. We need to take care of it, please and thank you. Otherwise, it's gonna take us all out. It is International Day for the Fight Against Illegal, Unreported, and Unregulated Fishing. All right. It is the Tony Awards as well. They are conflicting with the Country Awards. They're not the Country Awards. The Country Music Television Awards. Let's see. In Denmark, it is the Constitution Day of Denmark. In the UK, it is Epsom Derby Day. What else? Father's Day in Denmark. It's also on their Independence Day. That's a odd thing to happen. In New Zealand, it is Arbor Day. It is another Baha'i faith festive Nur. It's the first day of the 5th month. Suriname has Indian Arrival Day. In Seychelles, that's maybe a French place, Seychelles, it's Liberation Day. In Equatorial Guinea, it is President's Day. In Azerbaijan, it is Reclamation Day. In international, all over international, all the nationals, it's World Day Against Speciesism. I also really, really like this. In addition to World Environment Day, World Day Against Speciesism. It's very similar to all the other things that we don't like. You know, we don't like racism. We don't like ageism. We don't like all the other things like that. So, let's put species, other animals on that list as well. And then the sort of fun holidays, Constitution Day. Oh, that's Denmark. Let's talk about the international holidays. Yeah. Constitution Day, World Environment Day, we already said, and National Prairie Day. Go to a prairie and chillax. This has been Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. We are at the top of page 215. It's June 6th. Let's get through these words. We got lots of blocks of text to read. The first word is, it's the third form of chime. We had the other two in the other episode. Noun from the 15th century. 1. An apparatus for chiming a bell or set of bells. 2a. A musically tuned set of bells. 2b. One of a set of objects giving a bell-like sound when struck. 3a. The sound of a set of bells, and that is usually used in plural. 3b. A musical sound suggesting that of bells. 4. Synonyms are accord and harmony, as in this quote, such happy chime of fact and theory. That's from Henry Maudsley, Maudsley. Maudsley. Maudsley? Sure. This is from, it's a Middle English word, which means symbol, probably from Anglo-French, chime from Latin cymbalum, and that means symbol. Next is chime in, 2 words, verb from 1681. First is intransitive. 1. To combine harmoniously, as in, the artist's illustrations chime in perfectly with the text. That's a quote from something called Book Productions. Number 2, to break into a conversation or discussion, especially to express an opinion. And now we have a transitive, to remark while chiming in. I gotta chime in here for a second. These definitions were really great. Thank you very much. And let's move on to chimera. Chimera. Noun from where's the year? Is there a year? Is there a year? No, I don't think there is. That's weird. Okay, let's get into them. 1a is capitalized. A fire-breathing she-monster in Greek mythology having a lion's head, a goat's body, and a serpent's tail. 1b, an imaginary monster compounded of incongruous parts. So it doesn't have to be specifically that one that I just read. It's a monster with things from other things. Number 2, an illusion of fabrication of the mind. An illusion or fabrication of the mind, especially an unrealizable dream, as in, a fancy, a chimera in my brain troubles me in my prayer. That's a quote from John Donne. Donne is Donne. 3, an individual, organ, or part consisting of tissues of diverse genetic constitution. What would that be? I don't know, but it's a chimera. From Latin, chimera, from Greek, chimera, which means she-goat, or chimera, akin to the Old Norse gimber, which means yearling ewe, like E-W-E, the sheep, yearling ewe. From Greek, chaimon, which means winter, and there's more at the word hibernate. Well, that etymology took a turn. Next we have Shamir. Shamir. Chimere. Noun from the 14th century. A loose, sleeveless robe worn by Anglican bishops over the rochet? The rocher? I don't know what that word is. Next we have chimeric. You could pronounce it a few different ways. Chimeric, adjective from 1963, relating to, derived from, or being a genetic chimera or its genetic material, as in a chimeric cat. Now, would the liger, would that be a chimera because it's from a lion and a tiger? Possibly. Next we have chimerical, also just chimeric, adjective from 1638. 1. Existing only as the product of unchecked imagination, and then also fantastically visionary or improbable. 2. Given to fantastic schemes, and a synonym is the word imaginary. Chimerically is an adverb. Next is chimerism. Chimerism, noun from 1961, the state of being a genetic chimera. Next is chimichanga. We got rid of the chimeras, we finished them up. Now we got chimichanga, noun from 1970, a tortilla wrapped around a filling as of meat and deep fried. You can't go wrong with a chimichanga. It's a burrito, basically, that has been deep fried. This is a Mexican Spanish word, and it means trinket. I would not have called a chimichanga a trinket. They are large and heavy, and the trinkets I think of are small and light. Chimichangas are not a trinket. Maybe that's part of the funness of it. Okay, moving on to chimney, noun from the 14th century. 1 is a dialect. It's in a dialect, it's in a region. They call a chimney. The synonyms are fireplace and hearth. It's called that, but that's not the chimney. That's why it's a dialect thing. Okay, number 2. A vertical structure incorporated into a building and enclosing a flue or flues that carry off smoke, especially the part of such a structure extending above a roof. Just yesterday, as I'm recording this, we went to this place in Illinois called Starved Rock. We went to the lodge, and they've got hiking and stuff, so that's why we went there. But in the lodge, they have this massive chimney. I think it's a 2-sided fireplace, so one part of the room gets a fireplace, the other part of the room gets a fireplace. But it's not like one fireplace then that they both are near. It's like 6 or 8 feet long. They're literally 2 fireplaces with this one massive chimney. And I think that I read a thing that said it's the largest chimney of its kind in America or in the Midwest, or I don't know, something. I got an okay picture of it, so maybe I will post that. It's this huge chimney inside. Anyway, moving on to, where were we? Number 3, the synonym is smokestack. 4, a tube, usually of glass, placed around a flame, as of a lamp. 5, something resembling a chimney, as 5a, a narrow cleft or passage in rock. 5b, a tall column of rock on the ocean floor that is formed by the precipitation of minerals from superheated water issuing from a hydrothermal vent and rising through the column of rock. Wow, I should do a retake of that, shouldn't I? A tall column of rock on the ocean floor that is formed by the precipitation of minerals from superheated water issuing from a hydrothermal vent and rising through the column of rock. Chimney-like is an adjective. Where does chimney come from? It is from Anglo-French chimney, from Lower Latin caminata, from Latin communus, which means furnace or fireplace, from Greek kaminos, which is perhaps akin to the Greek kamara, which means vault. Okay, next we have chimney piece. One word, noun from 1664. An ornamental construction over and around a fireplace that includes the mantel. Next is chimney pot. Two words, noun from circa 1806. A usually earthenware pipe placed at the top of a chimney. And I think this will be our last word, chimney swift. Two words, noun from 1849. A small, sooty gray swift with long, narrow wings that often builds its nest inside an unused chimney, called also chimney swallow. I think it's funny that it's sooty gray. Well, maybe it's sooty gray because it's living inside a chimney where all the soot is. But in actuality, it's a bright yellow. No, I'm sure it is just sooty gray. It's probably for camouflage purposes, possibly. The scientific name for that is Chytura pelagica. Pelagica. Okay, maybe I'll post a picture of this chimney swift. Those are fun little birds that fly very swiftly. So we had chime in, chimera, shamir, chimeric, chimerical, chimerism, chimichanga, chimney, chimney piece, chimney pot, chimney sweep, and chimney swift. Well, I think I shall pick chimera as the word of the episode because there are so many ways that it can be used. So I just like the general idea of it. This thing that's made up of other things and stuff. Okay. Chimera. I think a liger is a chimera. You take a lion and you take a tiger and you put them together and you get a liger. And it's a chimera. Also, I really just want to figure out how to say chimichanga backwards. Let's see if I can do that quickly. Chimichanga. Angach im ish. Chimichanga. Okay, so let us talk about the holidays, and while I'm pulling that up, I can say, hey, if you like this, I really, really, really would appreciate it if you reviewed this podcast, especially on Apple Podcasts. I say it all the time. Everybody says it all the time. But, it makes me feel better, and it also boosts me up in the charts and gets me more exposure so more people can be learning all the words. And it is very educational. I do think so. If you're a teacher, maybe you could play this in your class. That'd be fun. Or if you know a teacher, maybe you can recommend to them that they play it in their classes. Okay, what are the holidays for June 6th? We got... the anniversary of the D-Day invasion. Yes, this is a big day. I think there's going to be other ones related to that probably. It is also Engineers Day in Taiwan. It is Korea Children's Union Foundation Day. That's in North Korea. And in South Korea, it is Memorial Day. In the Danish-ruled Kalmar Union, it is National Day of Sweden. It marks the end of the Danish-ruled Kalmar Union. In the U.S., it is National Huntington's Disease Awareness Day. It is UN Russian Language Day. It is Queensland Day. What else is it? By the way, Queensland Day is in Australia. It is Sweden's National Day. It is in Belgium, birthday of King Albert II. In Switzerland, it is Father's Day. In Bolivia, it is World Teacher Day. Well, but is it just in Bolivia? Then it can't be World Teachers Day. Oh, we got a lot of fun holidays. Some of them we already said. Russian Language Day, Queensland Day, D-Day. That's not a fun holiday, but it is a good thing to celebrate, I guess. It is National Cancer Survivors Day. So if you know somebody who has survived cancer, why don't you give them a special shout out today? I know somebody who is, at least I probably know more than one, but one off the top of my head. It is National Eyewear Day. I've actually been thinking about getting new eyeglasses because, I don't know, I don't think these fit my face as well as they should. So maybe I can get some new ones. It's National Gardening Exercise Day. Gardening exercise? Does that mean you have to exercise while you're gardening? Is gardening an exercise? I mean, it kind of is. What exercises can you do while gardening? I don't know. It's also National Yo-Yo Day. Yo-yos. Oi oi. Uh, Yo-yos are great. I used to play with them a little bit when I was a kid. I think I could maybe sort of walk the dog. I could barely even get the thing to come back up into my hand in the first place. But when you see somebody who can do all those tricks, I mean, that takes a lot of practice. It's really impressive. I mean, there's the simple ones. There's like around the world, and there's something with like a triangle in your hand, but it takes a lot of effort, and it's kind of fun. There's that great Simpsons episode where everybody had yo-yo fever. Okay, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. It's the dictionary. The first word, it is a good one. It is chimpanzee. 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 Let's see. This is a noun from 1738. An arthropoid ape of equatorial Africa that is smaller and more arboreal than the gorilla, and compare to the word bonobo, or would it be bonobo? I think they're very similar, but they're different. Chimpanzees, they're great. I've always said these are my favorite animals, but I think I also don't really know a whole lot about bonobos. Gorillas are pretty awesome too. I mean, really anything that's like so like human-like, but still very much an animal, I find just super fascinating. This is from the Congo dialect word. Congo is with a K, by the way. That is their word chimpanzee. Not chimpanzee, chimpanzee with an I at the end. And the scientific name is Pan troglodytes or troglodytes. Pan, that's the first word, Pan troglodytes. Oh, chimpanzees are great. All right, next we have chin. First form noun from before the 12th century. 1. The lower portion of the face lying below the lower lip and including the prominence of the lower jaw. 2. The surface beneath or between the branches of the lower jaw. Chinless is an adjective. Are there other chin-related adjectives? Chinful? You wouldn't say chinful. Sharp-chinned. I don't know. It's interesting to see how chins can be different from person to person. Okay, this is from Old High German kini, which means chin, from the Latin gena, which means cheek, from the Greek genus, which means jaw or cheek. Second form of chin is a verb from 1869, starting with transitive. 1. To bring to or hold with the chin, as in chin a violin. Chin that violin. Number 2, to raise oneself while hanging by the hands until the chin is level with the support. It's a chin up. I can do a couple, and that's it. And then the intransitive definition is slang, and it says to talk idly. We're just chinning. Next we have China, but there's no capital C. It's just China. Noun from 1579. Number 1, the synonym is porcelain. Also, vitreous porcelain wares for domestic use. And the examples of these wares are dishes, vases or vases, and ornaments. Vitreous porcelain. Why is it vitreous? What does that mean in this context? You got to break out the good china for when the fancy people come over. Number 2, earthenware or porcelain tableware. This is from a Persian word, chini, which means Chinese porcelain. Next is China aster, 2 words with a capital C. Noun from 1736, a common annual garden aster native to northern China that occurs in many showy forms. Oh, those forms are so showy. The scientific name is Callistephus chinensis. Next is China berry. Maybe I should be doing a count. How many berries are in this book? We've had so many berries. There was checkerberry and I don't know, a bunch of other berries. Okay, Chinaberry, one word, noun from 1890. A small Asian tree of the mahogany family, naturalized in the southern U.S., where it is widely planted for shade or ornament, but not for fruit, I guess. The scientific name is Melia azadirach, or azadirach. And there is no other etymology. Moving on to China clay. Two words, noun from 1840, and the synonym is a word that I will try to pronounce correctly. I think it would be kaolin. Maybe it is spelled K-A-O-L-I-N. Kaolin. It's some kind of clay that's from China, probably. Next is China closet. Two words, noun from 1771. A cabinet or cupboard for the storage or display of household china. You have so much china, you need a very specific place to put it all, and that's all that can go in that cupboard or cabinet or closet. Just your china. Next is, this is often offensive. It is Chinaman, all one word with a capital C, noun from 1789. A native of China, and then the synonym is Chinese. So yes, again, often offensive. Don't use this word, please. Next is China rose, two words, capital C, noun from circa 1731. Any of numerous garden roses derived from a shrubby Chinese rose. And the scientific name is Rosa chinensis. So, I'm guessing this grows in China. How it's different from other roses, I don't know. Maybe we will post a comparison picture if I feel like doing all that work. China rose. Next is China syndrome. Two words. First letters are capitalized. Noun from 1970. And we just have the number one definition for the word meltdown. But there's way more information in the etymology. It says it is from the notion that the molten reactor contents could hypothetically sink through the earth to reach China. I feel like that is not accurate. Hypothetically, that even seems like a stretch. I don't know. And then, of course, that's just the idea that, if you go dig through the earth, you'll land in China. But no, it depends on where you are on the planet or where you are in the U.S. I think a lot of the U.S. straight on the other side would go into the ocean somewhere. China is just the all-encompassing area for people in the U.S. to say, it's the other side of the world. And it is, but it's not directly on the other side. Okay, next is Chinatown. One word, capital C, noun from 1857, the Chinese quarter of a city. I think the most, biggest or most famous Chinatown in America is in San Francisco, so I've heard. All big cities, I think, have some sort of area like this where you can go get some much more authentic Chinese food and wares and things. Maybe you can buy some china, some porcelain in Chinatown. I don't know. Okay. Next is China tree, two words, capital C, noun from 1819, and we just have the synonym China berry. So the China berries grow on the China tree. Next is China ware, one word. I'm guessing this is just this porcelain, right? China ware, noun from 1634, tableware made of china. Tableware, would that be like the things other than the dishes? Would it be it wouldn't be the cutlery, because you'd probably say it cutlery and not tableware. How is this different from, I guess china is just the porcelain, and then chinaware is the things made from that porcelain. Next is chin bone, noun from before the 12th century. The synonym is mandible, especially the median anterior part of the human mandible. When I am talking, my mandible is moving around. Next is chinch, C-H-I-N-C-H, chinch, noun from 1616, and the synonym is bedbug. Okay, so this looks like it's the Spanish word for bedbug, not the more scientific name. You don't want to get those chinches in your bed. Oh, look, now we have chinch bug, 2 words, noun from 1785. A small black and white bug that is very destructive to cereal grasses. And the scientific name is Blissus leucopterus. Maybe that's how they say it. PT, I wonder if that's wings. I don't know. So it's probably different than a bed bug, because this one is destructive to cereal grasses, and it doesn't have any extra etymology, but it's maybe related to just chinch. Okay, here's a fun word. I think it's pronounced chinchirinchi. Chinchirinchi. You got to emphasize the last syllable mostly. Chinchirinchi. Chincherinche. Chinchirinchi. This is a noun from 1904. A southern African perennial bulbous herb of the lily family with spikes of white to golden yellow blossoms. And the scientific name is Ornithogalum thyrosoides. That is a chinchirinchi. All right, our last word is chinchilla. Chinchilla. I guess you could possibly say chinchilla because it has the double L, and it is Spanish, but it doesn't say that's a possible thing. Chinchilla, noun from 1604. 1. Either of 2 small South American rodents of the high Andes that are the size of large squirrels, have very soft pearly gray fur, and are extensively bred in captivity. Also, the fur of a chinchilla. Please don't buy this. We don't need to create demand to breed these in captivity and take their fur. Are you kidding me? Have you ever seen one of these? Go look it up. They are some of the cutest little animals. Do not wear their fur. Number 2, a heavy twilled woolen coating. And the scientific names of these South American rodents are Chinchilla laniger and Chinchilla brevicaudata, and they are of the family Chinchillidae. Yeah, those were all the words. So we had chimpanzee, chin, China, China aster, China berry, China clay, China closet, Chinaman, China rose, China syndrome, Chinatown, China tree, China ware, chin bone, chinch, chinch bug, chinchirinchi, and chinchilla. Well, I think I have to pick chimpanzee as the word of the episode because I have always loved chimpanzees. I just find them so fascinating, and I don't know, they're just so smart and so similar to humans, but also still wild and strong, and, you know, they're not humans. They still need to be respected. Let me see if I can say this word backwards. The P is a little bit difficult, but it would be Easnapim. Nope, that's not it. Chimpanzee. Easnapmitch. Easnapmitch. Chimpanzee. Sure, why not? That's close enough. Chimpanzee. You go to a zoo and you see a chimpanzee, but you don't want to go to a zoo because the animals are all locked up, but you can't really go see them in the wild. All right, let's talk about the holidays. Today is June 7th. It is, we'll save that for later. World Food Safety Day. Make sure all your food is safe. In New Zealand, it is Queen's birthday. In Malta, it is Seta Guigno. I don't know how to say that. In Australia, it is Western Australia Day. In Norway, it is anniversary of dissolution of the union between Sweden and Norway. In Denmark, it is birthday of Prince Joachim. In Ireland, it is June bank holiday. In Argentina, it is National Journalist Day. In Chile, it is anniversary of attack and acquisition of Morro de Arica. In the European Union, specifically Ireland, it is June holiday. Maybe that's the same as the bank holiday. What else do we have today? It is Flag Day in Peru. It is in Slovakia, anniversary of the Memorandum of the Slovak Nation. That is all of those. And then what are the fun holidays we have? We said that. It is Prince's birthday. Happy birthday, Prince. I don't know a ton of your music. I know a fair amount, but yeah, go listen to some Prince. His first album, he made all himself. As far as if I'm remembering correctly, he played all of the instruments on that first album, and he was like, I don't know, 19 or something. Crazy young, crazy talented. Man, Prince was something else. And then it is National Chocolate Ice Cream Day. So go eat some chocolate ice cream while listening to Prince's music. I'm sure he would appreciate that. That is it. We're going to end this episode there. Thank you very much for listening. And until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye. Hello, word nerds. Welcome to the dictionary. This is I don't usually say this. This is the podcast where I read the dictionary. I read all the stuff and I give you my comments and my thoughts and my bad jokes, and it's almost all of the words in the English language. So you may learn something, because I sure have. So if you think other people would like this, you should go let them know about it. Okay, the first word in this episode is the word chine, C-H-I-N-E. It's the first form noun from the 14th century. 1. The synonyms are backbone and spine. Also, a cut of meat, including all or part of the backbone. I'm not a meat eater, so I never heard about this one. I've never heard this. The chine. Number 2, the intersection of the bottom and the sides of a flat or V-bottomed boat. And that makes sense. It's the spine. It's the spine of the boat, the bottom, the point. Let's see. This is from Anglo-French. Eschine, of Germanic origin, akin to the Old High German skina, which is shin bone or needle. And there's more at the word shin. How that became backbone or spine, I have no idea. Now we have the second form of shine. Is that what it is? No, chine. This one is a transitive verb from the 15th century. To cut through the backbone of, as in butchering. You are chining the chine. Next is Chinese. We are definitely in this section of Chinese words. That's all of this, the rest of the episode. So let's get into this. Chinese. There's lots of things that are Chinese something, Chinese this, Chinese that. But first is Chinese, noun from 1606. 1A, a native or inhabitant of China. 1B, a person of Chinese descent. 2, a group of related languages used by the people of China that are often mutually unintelligible in their spoken form, but share a single system of writing, and that constitute a branch of the Sino-Tibetan language family, or Sino-Tibetan language family, especially the synonym Mandarin. Now, did I read this part wrong, or did I... what is it? Mutually unintelligible in their spoken form? Oh, I see. So they're unintelligible from each other. They're very similar. Most people can't tell the difference, but they're... Okay, I gotcha. And then Chinese is also an adjective. Next is Chinese boxes. 2 words, noun from 1829. 1, a set of boxes graduated in size so that each fits into the next larger one. Well, that's very similar to those Russian nesting dolls. Number 2, something that resembles a set of Chinese boxes, especially in complexity. Next is Chinese cabbage. 2 words, noun from 1842. Either of 2 Asian brassicas, now grown in the U.S. and widely used as greens. And then we have A, the synonym is bok choy. That's 2 words. And B, one that forms elongate, more or less solid cylindrical heads and has pale green or cream-colored leaves. And the scientific name for that one is Brassica rapa Pekinensis. It looks like Peking is in there. Pekinensis. And that is Chinese cabbage. Next is Chinese checkers. 2 words, noun from 1936. A game in which each player seeks to be the first to transfer a set of marbles from a home point to the opposite point of a pitted 6-pointed star by single moves or jumps. I haven't played this game since I was probably in junior high. Yeah, it's a fun game. I think it's best if you have 6 players, but you can probably play with less people, I would assume. Next is Chinese chestnut. 2 words, noun from circa 1909. An Asian chestnut that is resistant to chestnut blight. Well, that's good. It's not so good for the other chestnuts, but it's good for the Chinese chestnut. And the scientific name is Castanea mollissima. Next is Chinese chive. 2 words, noun from 1968. And we just have the synonym garlic chive, which sounds really good. This one is usually used in plural, Chinese chives. Next is Chinese copy, like the word C-O-P-Y. This is 2 words, noun from 1920. An exact imitation or duplicate that includes defects as well as desired qualities. What would you use this? What's the context that you would use this phrase Chinese copy in? I don't know. Haven't heard it. Probably will never use it myself. Next is Chinese crested. 2 words, noun from 1976. Any of a breed of hairless or coated dogs with a plumed tail and a crest of hair on the head. Now, is the plumed tail and the crest of hair on the head, is that just how they're born, or are they cut that way and they make it look like that? I don't know. I don't know what these Chinese cresteds look like, so maybe I should post a picture on social media. Next is Chinese gooseberry. 2 words, noun from 1925. A subtropical vine that bears kiwi fruit. Kiwi fruit. Also, the synonym kiwi fruit. Now, is that a different kind of fruit than just what we call kiwi, or is that the same thing? The scientific name is, this is fun, Actinidia deliciosa. The word delicious is almost in there, deliciosa. And then also Actinidia chinensis. And those are of the family Actinidiaceae. Delicious and Chinese, those are basically in the scientific names. It's a gooseberry. Okay, next we have Chinese lantern. 2 words, noun from 1825. A collapsible, translucent covering for a light. Next is Chinese parsley. 2 words, noun from circa 1953. And the synonym is just the word cilantro. I didn't know that Chinese parsley was another name for cilantro. So many Chinese versions. Now, why did most of these just grow in China and then we found out about them over here, like the chestnut and the gooseberry and the parsley and the chives? I don't know. Garlic chive is the same as Chinese chive. So many foods to learn about. All right, next is Chinese puzzle, noun from circa 1815. 1, an intricate or ingenious puzzle. Number 2, something intricate and obscure. I mean, I'm aware of the Chinese finger trap. By the way, I feel like using the word Chinese in many of these cases is probably a bit dated. But if they came from China, if that's where they were made, then that makes a lot of sense. So why a Chinese puzzle is intricate or ingenious or obscure? I don't know. I need to find an example of a Chinese puzzle. Next is Chinese restaurant syndrome. What is this? It's a long definition. Noun from 1968. A group of symptoms. There's a lot in parentheses. A group of symptoms that is held to affect susceptible persons eating food, and especially Chinese food, heavily seasoned with monosodium glutamate, which is MSG. I guess Chinese food, at least back in the day, was known for having a lot of MSG in it. I don't know if that's quite the case anymore. But what are these symptoms? Numbness of the neck, arms and back with headache, dizziness, and palpitations. So yeah, this basically just seems like if you eat a lot of food with MSG, you might get these symptoms, and because it is MSG is typically used in Chinese food, then that's where the name comes from. But it's probably not great to call it Chinese restaurant syndrome. It should be called MSG syndrome, but I don't know. All right, next we have Chinese Shar-pei. Shar-pei. Oh, this is 2 words. Shar-pei is CHAR-PEI, noun from 1975, and we just have the synonym Shar-pei. It's a kind of dog, and I guess is there a Chinese version of this? Did they? I don't know. I mean, if the synonym is just Shar-pei, then it should just be Shar-pei. Next is Chinese wall. 2 words. Noun from 1900, a strong barrier, especially a serious obstacle to understanding. Okay, this is from Chinese wall, a defensive wall built in the 3rd century BC between China and Mongolia. Now, I'm assuming that that's also the Great Wall of China. So then they, just took that idea of like, they made this amazing wall. It's a strong barrier. So we're going to just use that phrase in other things. Okay, next is Chinese white. It's the color white. 2 words, noun from circa 1884. The synonym is zinc white. Z-I-N-C. What kind of white is that? It's basically just white. Why is there a version called Chinese white? I have no idea. And then our last word is the word Ching, capital C-H-I-N-G. You could also have an apostrophe before the I. This is a noun from 1795. A Manchu dynasty in China dated 1644 to 1912, and the last imperial dynasty. Yeah, there were many dynasties in China, some lasting for obviously hundreds of years, for a very long time. I had them all memorized at one point because in one of my history classes or something in high school, but I promptly forgot them all. But yeah, this one is almost over 250 years, almost 300 years. That is a long time. And then so this is from the Chin word. It says just C-H-I-N. There's no period, so I assume that's just the Chin. That's probably one of those the Chinese languages that we mentioned before. And then in parentheses it says Beijing, and then the word is Q-I-N-G. So that the Qing dynasty, this Qing word is from their word, which I assume is pronounced very similarly. I don't know enough about Chinese languages, so I'm lacking in that department. Okay, so let's see. Our words were Chine, Chinese, Chinese boxes, Chinese cabbage, Chinese checkers, Chinese chestnut, Chinese chive, Chinese copy, Chinese crested, Chinese gooseberry, Chinese lantern, Chinese parsley, Chinese puzzle, Chinese restaurant syndrome, Chinese Shar-pei, Chinese wall, Chinese white, and Ching. Well, I think I'll pick Chinese as the word of the episode because it covers so many ground. It covers the people who are from China, and it covers the languages. My friend actually took Chinese. He lived in China for 8 years or something. Those are very difficult languages to learn. So I'm really impressed with anybody who can do that. That goes for obviously Korean and Japanese and Vietnamese and all of those related languages. So I'm very impressed by that. I was very, very lucky enough through my job to be able to go visit a couple of cities in China, which was really an amazing experience. So I would love to get back there, but I definitely need a translator to come with me. We had a lot of fun one day trying to describe the food that we wanted at one restaurant, and our translator hadn't arrived yet. So that was a fun experience, drawing pictures and things. Okay, so I I feel like if I were to try to sing a song about the word Chinese, I'm always worried about being disrespectful in some way, and I obviously do not want to come off that way. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sing a song about Chinese. Hey, future Spencer here. I just want to throw in a little thing. I don't really know why I said I didn't want to sing a song about the word Chinese. I think that was the word. I maybe by just saying that became a little bit more disrespectful. It didn't need to be. So I don't know. I don't know why I did that. So maybe I can come up with a song about Chinese right now. I don't know how to do that because all my songs sound the same and I want to try to do something different. There are so many things that come from China, and you can call them Chinese. We have chestnuts and checkers and cabbage and boxes and chives and gooseberries and lanterns and puzzles. And that's good for that song. All right, let's move on to the rest of the episode. Okay, let's talk about the holidays. I hope there's a good holiday in China today, but the chances of that are pretty slim. It is National Best Friend Day. Who's your best friend? Go say hi. It is World Oceans Day. We got some oceans. Go give the oceans a hug. In Slovenia, it is Primoz Trubar Day. In Russia, it is Social Workers Day. In Peru, it is National Architect Day. Also in Peru, it's National Engineers Day. Engineers, architects, they definitely go hand in hand. In France, it is National Homage Day for those who died in France in Indochina. Well, there's a China thing. What else do we have? It's World Brain Tumor Day. In Illinois, the state that I am in, it is Pranav Sivakumar Day. I've never heard of this. Clearly, not a lot of people know about this. It's not like I'm going to get this day off of work for that. It is Caribbean American HIV/AIDS Awareness Day. In Norfolk Island, don't know how to say that word. Norfolk, I'm sure it's said lots of different ways. It is Bounty Day over there. It is the earliest day on which Queen's birthday can fall. That is Australia, except Western Australia and Queensland. And then do we have some more fun holidays? Nope. National Best Friends Day and World Oceans Day. I already said those. That's going to be the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening, and until next time, this is Spencer dispensing information. Goodbye.